Imagine this. You wake up one morning. And the world is closer to nuclear war than ever before. Not in a movie. Not in fiction. But in reality. And the entire fate of humanity depends on a few decisions made in just 13 days. Let's break it down into 10 facts that show how close the world really came to ending. Fact 1. The Cold War was already explosive. By 1962, the world was divided into two superpowers. The United States and the Soviet Union. Both had nuclear weapons. Both feared each other. Both were ready for conflict, at any moment. This tension was already dangerous. But it was about to become critical. Fact 2. A secret decision changed everything. The Soviet Union, led by Nikita Khrushchev, decided to secretly place nuclear missiles in Cuba. Why? Because Cuba was close to the United States. Close enough that missiles could strike major cities within minutes. Fact 3. America discovered the missiles by accident. The United States, led by John F. Kennedy, found out through aerial spy photographs. What they saw changed everything. Missile launch sites. Just 90 miles from Florida. The crisis had begun. Fact 4. The world didn't know at first. For days, the public had no idea. Behind closed doors, leaders debated in secret. Because if this news became public immediately, panic could spread globally. So for a short time, the world held its breath without knowing why. Fact 5. The U.S. considered immediate attack. Military advisors pushed for airstrikes. Destroy the missiles before they become operational. But there was a problem. No one could guarantee the Soviet response. An attack could trigger full-scale nuclear war. Fact 6. One decision could have started World War III. At this point, the world was incredibly close to disaster. If the US attacked Cuba, the Soviet Union would likely respond. And that response could lead to nuclear escalation. There was no safe option. Only risky ones. Fact 7. A naval blockade was chosen instead. Instead of attacking, Kennedy chose a blockade. No Soviet ships carrying missiles would be allowed into Cuba. It wasn't war, but it wasn't peace either. It was pressure. And the world waited to see what would happen. Fact 8. A submarine almost triggered nuclear war. During the crisis, a Soviet submarine near Cuba lost communication with Moscow. Believing war had already started, the crew considered launching a nuclear torpedo. But at the last moment, one officer refused. That single decision likely prevented disaster. Fact 9. The closest point of nuclear war happened quietly. One of the most dangerous moments wasn't public. It happened when tensions peaked on both sides. Neither side fully trusted the other. And both were seconds away from irreversible decisions. Later, officials admitted. This was the closest the world has ever come to nuclear war. Fact 10. A secret deal ended the crisis. Finally, a solution was reached. The Soviet Union agreed to remove missiles from Cuba. In return, the United States secretly agreed to remove missiles from Turkey. Publicly, it looked like a victory for diplomacy. Privately, it was a careful compromise. The crisis lasted only 13 days. But those 13 days reshaped global politics forever. It led to direct communication channels between leaders. And it forced both sides to rethink nuclear strategy. Because the real lesson isn't just about the Cold War. It's about decision-making under pressure. When leaders are afraid. When information is incomplete. When time is running out. Small decisions can have massive consequences. The Cuban Missile Crisis teaches us something simple but terrifying. The world doesn't always end with a loud explosion. Sometimes It almost ends quietly. In rooms. In conversations. In decisions made under pressure. And maybe the most important fact of all is this. We survived not because everything went right. But because, at critical moments, someone chose restraint. If you like this video and need to see more videos like that, please like, subscribe us and share with your friends.